And then that led me to learn about Dr. Eli. Did you hear about Dr. Eli's study, a protocol for the cure to psoriasis?
Mhm.
Have you heard about this? I mean, it's really, really fascinating. I need to send it to you. I don't know. Are you interested in psoriasis or at all?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. I got to send you this paper. I mean, it's really incredible. He basically summarizes, 25 years of investigating the gut, liver, skin axis in psoriasis sufferers. And it matches the patients that have like this gastric bypass surgery. For some reason, his expertise ended up being in both places. And he realized like how similar the livers are and the two groups. And he kind of put together this protocol. I mean, in his paper, in the summary, that's how he describes it. He's at UC Davis, a protocol for the cure to psoriasis. And you just go down the list. If you have, I think he starts with, you can have a infection in your gut, and it's like 60% plus of psoriasis patients, not everybody, but you start there at the top, have a bacteria in their gut that really needs to be handled. Otherwise, you're going to have it forever. And it's not just going to go away on its own. It's there. That's like the first step, to test and see if you have it. And that is a strain of strep that is in your gut that you need to get rid of if you have it. And then, so that's the first thing. And then the second thing is bile acids, which is kind of bizarre, but you take these bile acids, this bowl full of pills every single day. Bile acids and bioflavonoids is the missing pieces that he's determined. So after you take care of the strep, and you use those, along with a few other things as well. Probiotics can be one of those. And then what happens is that at the end of that, you're like reversed, and it's incredible. And I talked to some friends that have been on that protocol and have included probiotics and the right diet and everything, and it works.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because I was talking to a girl who had psoriasis, and it was actually caused by a strep infection, which releases all these inflammatory chemicals inside the body, including cytokines like interleukin-1 beta and TNF alpha, which initially helps to fight off the strep bacteria and helps fight off bad pathogens and viruses as well. But sometimes the body just produces too much of these inflammatory chemicals, and it doesn't know when to shut off. When you have too much inflammation built up, then it can lead to symptoms in the skin, and it can also lead to symptoms in other areas. And her solution was to get Humira, which blocks TNF, tumor necrosis factor, in order to reduce inflammation, and that's how she was able to heal her skin. Well, there's plenty of foods that can reduce TNF inside the body, some of them being fish oil, which contains EPA and DHA. Turmeric is an amazing root that reduces inflammation and reduces TNF. And I've made videos on my channel, and you can look them up, where I describe the science behind how we can reduce inflammatory chemicals naturally using food as the ultimate medicine. You don't need drugs. You don't need topicals. You just need good food.
Yeah, that could be possible, depending on who your doctor is and what your doctor says. I agree with that. So did she get tested for strep? Did they eradicate it? Did they get rid of it?
So she healed from strep, but her body was
With
producing
antibiotics?
I'm not exactly sure how, but but her body healed, but she had too much inflammation inside built up, and that resulted in her getting psoriasis, and she had to go on Humira to heal her psoriasis.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. So I heard Dr. Eli talking in one of his on a radio program, and he was talking about how this Lactobacillus rhamnosus, which is a species of probiotic that can protect the liver of I think the study was in Russia, where I think it was done on maybe prisoners that had fatty liver disease, or they might have been alcoholics. But when they took this lactobacillus rhamnosus, it protected the liver and they weren't affected as much anymore. So there's so many little elements, which is pretty interesting. So by the way, there is an announcement. Did you hear that lactobacillus rhamnosus has a new name?
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, so lactobacillus rhamnosus, the species, has been renamed Lactiaceae bacillus rhamnosus. So a little bit more of a mouthful now.
Interesting. Do you have to change your packaging?
Yeah. Next run. So we're gonna have this labeled the way it is for a while, but scientists have renamed it. There's been a few more too. Yeah, like Lactobacillus plantarum has been renamed. Lactobacillus salivarius, just kind of reorganized, which they do from time to time.
Yeah, and it's important to note for the listeners out there that this is cutting edge science. Like, this is the latest research on health and on longevity. And it really starts with the gut. When you have a healthy gut, you have a healthy immune system. So you can fight off viruses, you can fight off strep infections, you can fight off all these pathogens that are trying to harm you. But you have to start optimizing your health starting today. There's no time to waste. When you waste time, when you don't eat the right foods, then you're more susceptible to these viruses and pathogens. And then you get sick. And then you have to go through the healthcare cycle and trying to get better, where doctors and dermatologists will give you more drugs. And the right way to heal is through food. The right way to prevent medical conditions is through food as well.
100%. I agree with that. And I think most people do too. Nobody wants to be on a whole bunch of drugs.
But they don't really get it though until it clicks. When you get blindsided by a medical condition, then it clicks. When you don't, then you're not motivated to change your life. You're not motivated to change your behavior. You're not motivated to stop eating delicious food. But healthy food can be delicious as well. You just gotta change your mindset. But 99% of the listeners and viewers out there haven't experienced the medical condition that debilitates you in your own bed, where you're bleeding all over the sheets. When that happens, then it clicks, and then you start optimizing your health and start biohacking your health for longevity so that you can live to 300 years old, right?
All right. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. If you and I live to 300, we have a follow-up to this interview. It'd be so much smarter.
Yeah, and I've been talking, and just yesterday I interviewed Oz Garcia, who is a world-renowned biohacker, who is a nutritionist for celebrities and Fortune 100 CEOs. And some of his clients include Hilary Swank and Naomi Campbell and Heidi Klum. And nice. We were talking about biohacking and how he is almost 70 and he looks 50. And my channel will also be focused on biohacking methods where we can activate the longevity genes called sirtuins inside the body using supplements and lifestyle choices in order for us to add 5 or 10 years to our lives. And who knows, this is the 21st century. The technology is increasing and evolving at an exponential rate. We could reach immortality in our lifetime. Who knows, you know? Yeah, but I want to share how we can biohack our lives and reach an optimal level of health to millions of listeners and billions of viewers out there.
Awesome, man. Love it.